This was during my visit to Japan in the early 1970s. This was very early in the year. I think it was the second day of the new year. And I was fortunate enough to have my friend's grandfather call this director of the museum, which was close to the public. He invited me in, and I had a private tour of the garden and, more importantly, the tea house. Originally, this estate was from a landlord. He had people working all around, and then to support this. But as it became more privately owned land all around, they could not maintain this garden, so they made it into a museum. Well, you could tell by the snow that it was a little bit too cold and too deep of snow to actually walk in the garden. But he led me to the tea house, and the beauty of it is he let me in. And it's usually not even open to the public. Only special invited guests, somebody heavily involved with tea, would ever go into this tea house. This tea house that I am going to enter is over 200 years old. Well, that was in the 70s, so it's much older now. But evidently, it was moved from Kyoto to this location. And I can't remember when, but I know that he said it was more than 200 years old. This is once in a lifetime experience for a non tea person. And he gave me much detail about the significance of the tea and the concept of wabi sabi he was explaining to me. And so, once again, I'm getting all this deep insight into the Japanese culture, tea, and the garden. As we leave the tea house, we are on our way to look at the kura. Kura is a separate building that is supposedly fireproof and theft proof. Um, we did not go inside, but you could see from the outside. It's plastered so that the fire cannot burn the wooden structure. This estate is surrounded by a fence that goes all the way around. And then as we look over the fence, you could see that it's all barren. Well, this is because of January, but this is where the farming was to support this estate at the time.